you all who have clicked on my video. Okay, so I thought I made a video about this several years ago, or a couple years ago, but I decided to take that down. I felt bad. I didn't want to think that I made it for views, or thought it was just kind of weird that it had it up, but I just decided that I would try to film it again, and like I don't want to do it for views, or to tell a part of my life that I don't usually talk about that happened, to bring awareness, suicide awareness. So yeah, I just thought I would tell you. Okay, so I'll just give you a little backstory on my dad. Well, when I was 2 weeks old, my mom and dad divorce was final, and obviously I was really little, so I don't remember a lot, but I don't think I really saw him, because I think maybe he was in a different state, or I didn't really see him much when I was real little, because my mom said that I would like go up to men in church and ask if they were my daddy, because I guess I didn't know where my daddy was because I didn't see him. So my dad lived in Washington state. So anyways, we'd end up, me and my brother, I have a brother that's from my dad, and then I also have another brother that's my half brother technically, so he has a different dad. But so me and my brother would go visit him usually like in the summer and around Christmas time. Yeah, so it was just like twice a year. I think we'd go out for a week or so, and he was always like really nice to me. I think he like called me his princess, and he and my brother like to like play this Warcraft game. Yeah, he was always really nice to me, really nice, and then I think like wise, and I remember he just like having intelligent talks. I mean, I was younger, but so he loved cats. He had two cats named Kato and Taz, and he taught them to do tricks, like they had to like stand up to get their food, and so he loved cats like me. So yeah, he's always nice to me. I didn't see him that much, obviously, but he was always really nice to me, and a nice guy, even though I didn't really see him that much. So we would go see him like twice a year up until, I don't know when that exact started, the age, maybe when I was old enough to go there, maybe like 6 or 7. I remember going there, I think. Apparently my brother, he's 3 years older than me, and then for a couple of months he's like 2 older than me, and I think he's a really wonderful guy, and he's really nice. So he kind of got upset that my dad would never like initiate anything. Like he never, like, we always had to make plans to go see him, and I guess my brother got upset that my dad like wouldn't do that, initiate anything. So, and I guess my brother tried to like email him, and he didn't email back. So he felt like really bad and like ignored. So, and this was when I was like 11, so he was like 13 or 14. And so he's like, well, okay, so I just don't want to go initiate seeing him anymore. I don't want to do that. So, and I didn't want to go without my brother. That's what I decided then when I was that age. I'm like, I don't want to go without my brother. So anyways, since we didn't initiate anything, my dad never called us or initiated us coming there, or I don't think he ever called or anything like that. And I don't blame him now that I see it. Like growing up, I felt like kind of like abandoned and like stuff, but now I just see it that maybe he felt he wasn't wanted, so that's why he didn't like call, or it was not that he didn't love us, or he just didn't think he was wanted or something. So I was like 11, so that was the last time that I ever saw him. When I think I was like 11. I was 11. So he would send gifts, and like he sent me these little real diamond earrings, and he sent me like gifts sometimes for Christmas, I think it was. And also my grandma and grandpa, on his side, would send me gifts, I think, and because he lived by them, they lived in Washington. So, anyways, so growing up, then I kind of just felt abandoned by him, and like, he didn't love me or something. So that's how I felt. So I didn't have any contact with him since I was 11. So when I developed schizophrenia when I was 22, when I felt like the spirit was talking to me and God was, talking to me, I had schizophrenia. And this I'm thinking this was actually like really inspiration from God. No, though I was schizophrenic, like this part, I felt like that I wanted to get in contact with him. So I one day found his number, and without talking to him for 12 years, I called him, and he picked up the phone, and I think at first he was like wondering if I wanted money or something. But then we just started talking, and just like we just started talking nicely, and he was telling me about my grandpa, I think it's his stepdad, but it's like a father to him. It might be, I'm not sure, 100% sure, but how he had, I think he had like something went wrong. He had a blood clot or something in his brain, and the hospital when he went there didn't do anything. They just sent him home, and then he died. So, and then I think this was before I talked to him. My grandma also died. I'm not sure if that was before I talked to him. I think it was. So, yeah, he was just telling me about how like upset he was about that, and he kind of wanted to do like a lawsuit and stuff. Anyway, so we just talked, and I was thinking of, I think I told him about this guy that I thought was my boyfriend, but I was out of my mind, but I feel like I was a little bit more in my mind, like maybe doing whatever with the medication that I was on when I called him, because I feel like I was like able to talk like normally. So for a little bit of time I was on medication and doing better. And maybe this is when I started doing better, because I was able to, talk to him normally, unlike when the other times that I could not just speak to people at all because I was communicating with my hallucinations. Yeah, I was telling him like about this boy. I thought we were going to get married or something. I was like, but he did not like me actually. So I was talking to him. It went well, and I would talk to him. So we would just, talk about things, catch up on things, just talk like friendly. So I would talk to him every maybe week or so, like for several months. I would continuously talk to him and call him and talk to him. And I was planning on flying up to Washington to see him, and he said he would pay for it, which was really nice. So, but I wanted to wait a little bit because I had gained a lot of weight from the antipsychotic I was on, so I think I wanted to wait till I had lost some weight because I felt bad, but I like still wanted to go like see him. So I would periodically talk to him. So I didn't really know at that time like the struggles that he was having. When I talked to his brother later, he told me that he had struggling with depression and he had suicide attempts in the past, which I didn't know about. So one time I called him again because we were calling and talking, and I just it kept ringing and no one picked up. So I was concerned. I was just concerned. So I told my mom about it. I'm like, I'm concerned. He's not picking up his phone, and she's like, oh, he's fine. He's fine. So one day I came home. I don't remember the day perfectly, but I just remember my mom sitting in my house and me coming in, and then she told me, your dad has died, and that he committed suicide. That she told me, and I just started crying. I don't remember like exactly about, like, it was 7 years ago, but I just started crying, and I don't know how that day went exactly. I know there was, like, with my church, there was an activity later, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go. But I went and I was like so upset, so I had to leave. So yeah, I know I didn't like know him like super well, that I was like really invested in him, but I'm like, it's sad, it's disappointing, because I really wanted to see him. I wanted to see him before he died. Well, I wish he didn't die, but I was looking forward to seeing him and like having a relationship again. But it's just really sad. Like, when I went and flew down to Washington for his funeral, and his brother told me, yeah, that he had struggled with depression and suicide attempts in the past. And he had also had like really bad, I think it was knee or back pain, really bad, and that he was hard for him to deal with, and also he didn't like have enough money, and the electricity in his house was going to be shut off. It was the house that I believe that my grandpa had, so I'm pretty sure that my grandma had passed away by then. So the electricity was going to be shut off, so yeah, it's just really sad. So I don't think we should judge people for our stigma against dying by suicide. So I'm just hopeful that he's like in a better place now and free of pain, and I'll get to see him in the next life. I don't hold grudges against him from the past. I just come to learn from a different perspective from when I was a teenager, and just thought I was like abandoned and wasn't allowed to realize that he just didn't feel like wanted, and maybe that's why he didn't call. He was still, so that's just like a miscommunication there. So it's unfortunate. Yeah, it's just sometimes I just mainly like get emotional, like if I see like someone that says that they how much they love their dad, and their dad is such a good part of my life. It's just sad that I never like had that, like, because I didn't really ever see my dad, and so I get kind of sad about that. But that was more that I didn't ever see him hardly ever. But yeah, I just hope he's happy now, in a better place, and yeah, so yeah, I don't know what else to say. And then, so he wrote a suicide note when he died, and his brother told me that the first thing he put on it was, "Tell Bri I love her." And then he said to make sure to take care of his cats. And now I feel really bad because, well, I still think about it. He had, there was a black cat that he had, and I think it wasn't the cat that I saw when I was younger, but it was my grandma's cat, I believe. But that's the one that he had. I don't know if he had another one, but he was there when I went there, and I was debating, because I didn't have a home for him, taking him. And I was debating, like, should I, and then I didn't, and now I regret and wish that I had taken this cat. Yeah, I wish I had now, but I'm like, I already have a cat, but that was when I had one cat, and now I have 3, so I'm like, but that would have been nice to have. Yeah, I'm lucky that he was, like, always nice to me, and that he was a nice dad, not, like, abusive or anything, but yeah, so I hope this isn't like bad to put online. I don't want to like I don't know. I just thought I would talk about that part of my life. Yeah, so maybe I'll get a relationship with him in the next life when I see him. But like at his funeral, like I went up and just said like something about how much he loved his cats and what I remembered about him when people gotta stand up and speak. Yeah, but I just remember like he would call me his princess, and I just remember the smell like when I dated this guy. Like I went in his bathroom and I'm like, and the smell reminded me of the same way that my dad like bathroom smelled. So I don't. The smells are very like, I think have good memory, remembering things. But like I know everyone has like things that they have to go through in life. In the next life I'll be able to have a relationship with him and talk to him, which will be nice, I think, and then maybe I could like feel better that I have a dad. So if you are struggling with suicide, please reach out for help and talk to someone and know that you're not alone and you're loved. Try to check up on the ones you love. The people that die by suicide are not bad people, and they shouldn't be looked down upon or stigmatized about. They're going through hard things and they're usually not in their right mind, and it's hard for them, and so just try to love everyone and be kind and reach out for help. Love you all. God bless.